Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife, and today we're going to learn about basic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu positions. Let's watch it, then let's break it down.
Alright, so we cover some basics of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm Major Deepak Rao and I'm going to present a few basic concepts of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is full guard and this is half guard. The seated rear position. I could even go from here, I could go like this into a supine rear hold. So these are some of the basic positions of BJJ.
Now, before we go into all the things that guy said that was just horribly wrong, let's go and talk about who the guy is for a second. Now, this guy's name is Deepak Rao, or if you look at his websites and add up all of his titles that he claims, it's like the Supreme Most Grand Master Dr. Major Deepak Rao, PhD. Now, looking at his website says tap out right in the middle. His website is bjjmumbai.com. But he's not affiliated with Tap Out whatsoever, like at all. He just kind of stole their old logo because their logo isn't that anymore. And he just kind of like ran with it. I don't know why. Deepak Rao claims that he was an instructor directly under Richard Bustillo. Richard Bustillo was a very well-known Filipino martial arts practitioner who trained with Bruce Lee and Dan Inosanto. The problem here is that the certificate seems to be signed by Richard Bustillo on May 17, 2018. Richard Bustillo died March 30th, 2017. So how could he possibly sign this certificate a year after he died? All right, let's go ahead and keep the BS train rolling while we're at it. So this certificate was also on his website, signed off August 15th, 2019, claiming that he's a black belt underneath a gentleman named Ralph Villa. So I went ahead and reached out to Mr. Villa, and this is what he said. He said, I received several inquiries about Mr. Rao. He is not a black belt under my academy. I did not promote Mr. Rao to black belt. Mr. Rao applied for affiliation with his previous credentials through the JJGF. However, the affiliation was conditional until I could validate his certification through the JJGF. He stated that he was promoted to a black belt by a guy named Adolphe Augusto, who was a black belt under a guy named Christian Durval, and that he was now deceased. His affiliation has been terminated due to an unverifiable certificate of rank. Sorry for the confusion, Ralph. All right, let's go ahead and get right to breaking down this video. Now, he starts off in what he calls a full guard, which isn't crazy because I've heard it called full guard from other people before. Usually it's referred to as closed guard or open guard. Closed guard means that your feet are locked at the ankles around the person's back, kind of locking them into place, and then you have a open guard, which means your feet are not locked behind them. He calls it a full guard when he's laying down in the person's guard, and then when he sits up, he calls it half guard. That's not half guard. Haven't ever heard that called half guard ever. The universal half guard would be when you're wrapping your legs around one of their legs. Hence half the guard. So I have no clue what he was talking about there. It seems like he was just kind of pulling stuff out his butthole. Then after that, he moves forward. He goes to what he calls a seated rear position. Now, I mean, technically the words sound like they should be correct, but I mean, I guess what he was really going for was a rear naked choke, but his hands are not in a rear naked choke position at all, so I really don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he just decided that sounded good because he was definitely reaching for those words as he was saying it. And then finally, he goes to what he calls a supine rear hold. Now, this is just a back mount. Pretty much anybody that I've ever known has just called it a back mount. I don't know why he would call it what he called it. Very odd. But he also locks his feet together in the front, which 9 times out of 10 is a big no-no. It's very easy for the person to submit your legs from there by just throwing their leg over yours. And usually you want to open your feet and press onto the inside of the thighs instead of having your feet locked. So I'm not sure what's going on. Also, another little thing that might help him is laying the opponent down on the choking arm side. Instead of having his opponent's weight on top of his chest. So I really don't know what's going on here, to be honest, but hey, it seemed like he was just pulling stuff out his butt. I can definitely tell you that he didn't have Richard Bustillo sign off on his certificate after he was dead. So I appreciate all your follows. Thank you for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and all that other crap. Always looking for new material. Feel free to send it to us. Keep the martial arts legit.